Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos emotional finale preview. ABC dropped another sneak peek at the upcoming Golden Bachelorette season finale. Joan Vassos barely holds back the tears in the emotional preview. Keep reading for all the details. Who are Joan Vassos' kids? Joan Vassos shares 4 children with her late husband John. He passed away from cancer in 2021. Viewers will meet 2 of Joan's children and their significant others. Her oldest son, Nick, and his fiancée Brooke reunite with Joan aboard the cruise ship where her finale took place. They're joined by one of her other daughters, Allie, and her husband, Noah. Missing are Joan's other 2 children, Luke and Erica. She happily tells her loved ones about her final 2 men, Guy Gansard and Chalk Chapel. Joan admits to her kids that it was a long journey, and the decision of who to eliminate each week was harder than you think. In a candid confessional, Joan Vassos says that her kids encouraged her to find love again, but it might be emotional for them to actually see her with someone other than their father. Joan Vassos teases twist in emotional season finale. Every Bachelor Nation season finale comes with a shocking twist to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Joan Vassos said her season is no exception, but her twist was a little different from other seasons, and it has to do with the family meeting with her 2 remaining suitors. That was a weird twist in this season, so the family meeting thing had a different dynamic than it has in the past. It's a weird ending, she hinted. While Joan didn't spill the tea, perhaps she only introduced 1 suitor to her family. Joan Vassos has cried a lot throughout the season, mainly over her late husband. She told The Wrap that viewers will see even more tears during the season finale, but she assured the outlet that they were happy tears. Joan Vassos couldn't give a straight answer when asked which of her former suitors should be the next Golden Bachelor. Maybe because I love them, and they are my good friends now. But I really honestly think that they would all do a really good job, she said. The golden sunsets of Santorini painted the sky with hues of orange and gold as Joan Vassos, the first ever Golden Bachelorette, stood on the edge of a decision that could change her life forever. As the cameras rolled, capturing every nuance of her emotional journey, Joan seemed both radiant and contemplative. The final promised to be as dramatic as it was heartfelt, with love, heartbreak, and self-discovery at its core. For weeks, Joan had navigated a sea of charming suitors, each vying for her affection in unique ways. From romantic gondola rides in Venice to quiet moments under the stars, every date had brought her closer to finding her golden love story. Yet, as the journey neared its end, the weight of her decision loomed large. Would she follow her heart, her mind, or perhaps a blend of both? The final 2. As the finale began, the tension was palpable. Joan's final 2 suitors, Pascal Abdi and Mark Anderson, each represented a distinct possibility for her future. Pascal, the charismatic Frenchman with a dazzling smile, had wooed Joan with his worldly sophistication and poetic soul. Their connection was undeniable, with Pascal often sweeping Joan off her feet, literally and figuratively. Yet behind his charm lay a history of heartbreak and a vulnerability that made Joan question whether Pascal was truly ready to open his heart again. Mark, on the other hand, was the steady, grounded presence in Joan's whirlwind adventure. A retired firefighter, Mark's quiet strength and unwavering devotion had earned him a special place in Joan's heart. He wasn't the flashiest contender, but his sincerity and the way he listened to Joan made her feel seen in a way she hadn't in years. However, their significant age gap had sparked doubts. Was Mark ready to embrace the complexities of her life? The final dates. Joan's last moments with each man were designed to test their connections and solidify her choice. With Pascal, she explored the vibrant streets of Fira, laughing as they danced to street musicians and sampled exotic delicacies. But amidst the laughter, a serious conversation emerged. Pascal, Joan began, her voice steady but tinged with vulnerability. I need to know, Are you ready to truly commit? I've come too far to settle for anything less than forever. Pascal's gaze softened. Joan, my heart is yours. But commitment isn't about words. It's about action. I will prove to you that I am ready, not just today, but every day we have together. It was the kind of promise that melted hearts, but Joan's years of experience had taught her to seek action over poetry. She left the date both hopeful and cautious. With Mark, their final date took on a quieter, more reflective tone. They ventured to a secluded beach, where they built a fire and talked late into the night. Mark, Joan said, staring into the flames, you've been my rock during this journey, but I need to know, do you see a future where our lives can truly align? Mark reached for her hand. Joan, I've thought about this endlessly. Age doesn't define love. Our connection does. I want to build a life with you, no matter what challenges come our way. His words were steady, reassuring, and filled with conviction. Yet, as Joan returned to her suite, she couldn't shake the feeling that no matter what decision she made, someone's heart, including her own, would be left aching. The family factor. The final also brought Joan's family into the fold, adding another layer of complexity to her decision. Her two daughters, Rachel and Ellie, had flown in to meet the final suitors and offer their perspectives. Rachel, the pragmatist of the family, gravitated toward Mark. Mom, he's solid, dependable, and clearly adores you. Pascal might be exciting, but I don't know if he's the right fit for the long haul. Ellie, the romantic, leaned toward Pascal. Mom, you light up when you're with him. Life is too short to play it safe. If Pascal makes you feel alive, isn't that what matters most? Joan listened intently, valuing their input, but knowing that the ultimate decision rested on her shoulders. The emotional proposal day. The morning of the finale dawned with a mix of anticipation and dread. Joan, dressed in a flowing white gown that mirrored the elegance of the setting, took a moment to center herself. Her journey had been about more than finding love. It had been about rediscovering her strength, her joy, and her willingness to embrace the unknown. Pascal was the first to arrive. He stepped onto the terrace with his trademark charm, but there was a vulnerability in his eyes. Joan, he began, his voice trembling slightly, you've shown me what it means to love again. I want to spend the rest of my life making you smile, making you feel cherished. Will you give us a chance? Joan's eyes filled with tears as she placed a gentle hand on his cheek. Pascal, you've brought so much light into my life, but I need a love that feels steady, not just dazzling. I hope you understand. Pascal nodded, his heartbreak evident but tempered by grace. I'll always cherish what we shared, Joan. With a final kiss on her cheek, he walked away, leaving Joan to face her next suitor. Mark arrived moments later, his expression a mixture of hope and apprehension. Mark, Joan said, her voice steady but filled with emotion, you've been my safe harbor in this storm. You've shown me what it means to be truly loved. I choose you, not because it's easy, but because it's right. Relief and joy washed over Mark's face as he embraced her, slipping a simple yet elegant ring onto her finger. The aftermath. As the sun set on Santorini, Joan and Mark shared their first moments as an engaged couple. Their journey wasn't without challenges, but it was grounded in mutual respect and a shared vision for the future. For Joan, the finale wasn't just the end of her time as the Golden Bachelorette. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with love, adventure, and the promise of golden years well lived. The emotional conclusion left viewers buzzing, with many taking to social media to share their thoughts. Some celebrated Joan's choice, while others mourned Pascal's departure, calling for him to be the next Golden Bachelor. In the end, Joan's journey resonated because it was real, raw, and a testament to the fact that love has no age limit. As she and Mark walked hand in hand into their future, one thing was clear: love, in all its forms, remains the most beautiful adventure of all.